back to our property tax issue. So Illinois has the highest property tax in America.
It's crazy.
After years of ranking number 2 behind only New Jersey, the latest data shows Illinois property owners paid the most property tax in America and has officially taken over the number 1 spot for the highest property tax nationwide, with 1.83%.
That is crazy. Do we have the best schools in the nation? Do we have the best police force in the nation? Do we have the best social services in the nation? What's going on?
Now look at California. They're 0.7, dog. 0.7.
In California, gas right now is probably $7 a gallon. So that's a question right there. Would you rather pay $7 a gallon for gas or $12,000 in property taxes?
Well, their property tax is like $24,000 in most places in California. Well, not most places, just like in Beverly Hills.
Well, I'm just saying, like comparatively, like just on a very percentage level, would you rather pay higher taxes or higher gas prices?
I don't want to pay either.
For real. Because I was tripping when gas went up to $3.65 or something, whatever it is right now. I'm like, yo.
$3.80 something now. I saw it yesterday. And my husband drives a Tesla. He's like, yep, you can call me a coon all you want to.
Go to that charge up station.
Yes. We got one at home.
Oh, even better.
Right.
No, does he have the energy box too? Like the one that collects solar energy? I'm sure he's going to get it if he don't.
No, he was talking about, he don't pay the light bill, so he ain't thinking about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A new Texas law that took effect September 1st hold on, and I told him, no, I ain't supporting that shit. Also, he did bring it up once, but I'm like, no, I ain't supporting that. A new Texas law that took effect September 1st bans foreign buyers from purchasing land and other properties in the state.
I'm not super mad. Are they talking about foreign, like foreign out of the country or foreign out of the state?
Foreign out the country.
I'm not completely mad at that.
That's not fair though, Mike, because here in Chicago, we get a lot of Asian buyers from overseas, but they end up they're buying the places normally for their children to come to go to school here. So it does drive our economy. So I don't know.
I think it should be within reason. There should be some stipulations around it. Like you shouldn't be able to buy multiple houses in an area if you don't live in the country. You shouldn't be able to just buy the whole block, you know what I'm saying, or buy these big apartment buildings and rent them out to American citizens if you're not in America.
Yeah, I can see you not like becoming an investor. There should be some rules against that for sure. But I'm talking about people who actually wanted to stay here a few months out the year.
Yeah. That's something to look at, I think, because they had that big stench about China buying up all this property around military bases and et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think that's crazy. Why would y'all let Chinese, not even Chinese nationals, they're not citizens of America, not even trying to be citizens of the United States, and they buying up all this land in America,
right?
So I think something should be done about it. We don't agree with everything Texas does, but I think that's in the right. I think that's in the right direction.
You don't disagree with everything Texas does either.
That's what I'm saying. We don't.
Okay, so I kind of. Yeah. I'm not for Texas and about almost anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to my aunts that live in Texas. Y'all some strong sisters. So I came across this video. It's a guy talking about white supremacy and how it is in Christianity and the new Jim Crow, and I don't know. It's quite interesting.
That makes me. Oh, let me listen. Let's listen.
Church in America worships death instead of Jesus by sacrificing black and brown bodies on the altar of law and order. Hi, I'm Colton. I grew up a Pentecostal pastor's kid, went to school to get degrees in historical Christian theology. And when I say they worship death, what I mean is they've submitted themselves to the policies of mass incarceration, police violence, and state power as if they were the will of God. There's an American writer, attorney, and civil rights activist named Michelle Alexander, who wrote an incredible book called The New Jim Crow Crow, mass incarceration in the age of colorblindness. And in this book, she shows that how after the victories of the civil rights movement, that America didn't end the racial state. Instead, it just reinvented it. America actually found another way to exile black men from society by calling them criminals. Alexander calls this the new Jim Crow, not just because prisons exploded in size, but because once you're branded a felon, you lose all the same rights that black people lost under Jim Crow. So now let's talk about where the white church fits into all of this, because they gave this system its blessing. Instead of challenging the injustice, it preached obedience. You hear Romans 13 ripped out of context in churches across America and turned into a divine endorsement of police and prisons. These churches have found a way to make law and order sound like the gospel.
I really agree with him. That book is on my list. The New Jim Crow, that book is on my list. And I don't usually agree with white men, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's about business or something. But they talking about money.
Man is done research.
Yeah, if they talking about money, they might have my agreement, but that makes me think of this book that I am reading called Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. And he talks about how we came out of Jim Crow and they stopped saying Negroes or black people and started saying minorities. They also took the civil rights and gave civil rights to everybody, but they never actually gave anything directly to repair the black community. So I'm going to pick up that book, and I think everybody, if you're listening, should pick up Dr. Claude Anderson's Powernomics, because he has a plan to empower Black America, and he has some really good information in there. But what this guy is talking about is true. The church is who sold us into slavery. The church is who sanctioned us being slaves, who sanctioned us as second-class citizens. And I think that's my apprehension to really join the church. And me and you talked about this before. That's one of my apprehensions about joining the church, because you're preaching me the same thing that they use to enslave us, and I don't know, as much as I believe in God and a higher power and all of that, what y'all preaching to me in these scriptures, a man wrote that, and they flip these words to go against us all the time. So I partially agree with him.
Well, partially, I agree with him 100%.
Yeah.
Even being a Christian, but I see the white church and the black church as two separate things. Personally, myself.
See, I feel like the black church needs to really become the black church outside of so the difference between the white church and the black church is the music and the atmosphere. We should have our own theology around being a black Christian. It shouldn't be the same as being a white Christian, because we don't move the same way. That's just my opinion.
But all white Christians are not bad. So
I'm not saying any white Christians are bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying our culture is different. Our culture is different. So our church should really, what we preach should really reflect that.
Like,
I still go in some black churches and they still got white Jesus up. That's a problem.
You know what? We don't have a picture of Jesus. We got the cross, but we don't have a picture of Jesus.
Should be black Jesus. And as much flack as I give Father Flager over there, and I say I won't be a member of his church because I can't see myself following a white man who preaches to black people. So. They got black Jesus in there, big as hell. Like, you can't miss it. It's black Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
I actually like that dude. He will go to the streets.
He does. He walks the streets all the time.
I think somebody. I think if you on fire, he'll come in hell to get you.
I think he would. Like, I'm not upset with Father Flager. I don't have nothing against him. It's just like me internally sitting in the congregation listening to this white man with a rollie on his wrist that is blinding me. I can't even see him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm sorry, Father Flager. I'll give you $1, but I can't give you no more than that, big dog. All right, what else we got?